Are getting softball action live here on NN Viking Media. I'm Jacob Mortenstein, joined here by Anthony Bramley. And Anthony, how excited are you for this opening day softball action?
I am extremely excited. You know, I have not watched a softball game in my life. I have been doing my studying as of you, Jacob, but Viking Media also has not live streamed either softball or baseball in 6 years, I want to say. You can go back to our page. You can also subscribe there. But you can go back to the YouTube page and get the real record on that. But I'm excited. It's a sunny day here in Skokie. We got some nice wind. We actually almost lost one of our cameras due to the wind. So, you know. But, I mean, hey, we're here. We're looking at this beautiful new turf field that we got in the backfield at Niles North. And I would just like to give a thank you to our athletic department. I'd like to give a thank you to our Board of Education. Thank you to all of our community stakeholders and taxpayers who support the students of Niles North High School so very well. Jacob, any comments on, I mean, this is a beautiful field.
Yeah, I know, Anthony. I heard a story from the boosters that apparently people in the Optima, the condo building right across the street, were calling our AD, Mr. Bildstein, thought Niles North was adding a giant outdoor swimming pool.
Hey, I don't mind that either.
But instead we have a beautiful new all-turf backfield, and we are just about set for some softball action here. Action here will start pretty soon. Rolling Meadows is set to bat first, and it's looking to be a very great game, Anthony. And one thing I've noticed is the wind. As you mentioned, it's taken out a couple of our cameras on our setup here. I feel like that's going to impact the game a lot, and it's blowing. And we're outlooking
We're looking to the west.
Right, we're looking to the west, and the wind is blowing right into us, Anthony. So I think that may blow out a few homers.
Yeah, definitely. We got some northeasterly winds going on here in the 60077 zip code. So definitely going to see a lot more ball travel and a lot more volatility. You know, you want comfort, especially in your home opener like this. You want to know where your ball is going. And so I think, you know, it's just another element that you got to prepare for. And so hopefully we see some great runs on the diamond, but got to keep in mind the wind. We got the umps and the coaches meeting now at home plate.
And our first pitch temperature is 68 degrees and cloudy. That is great softball weather, Anthony. There's nothing like it.
Definitely. It is spring here at Niles North. Got to love it. And we are playing against the Rolling Meadows Mustangs. Great program from what I understand. And they've been in the news a little bit recently due to their new head coach hiring for the boys football program. Robbie Gold, former kicker for the 49ers and the Chicago Bears. So they've got a lot of great stuff going on at their athletics department. And we hope to see it translate here at softball.
Welcome, Robbie Good as Gold.
and I'm sure you can hear the wind through the microphone as we wait for the game to get started. This really is going to be a factor in the event.
Yeah, wind is a big one, Anthony. Oy. We are set to start pretty soon. Just coaches and umpires meeting at home plate, trying to sort a few things out. And it looks like set to bat first to lead off for the Mustangs is number 11, who is currently not on our roster. And apologies, we do have limited roster availability, so there may be a few no names.
Yeah, at least for the Rolling Meadows Mustangs, we do have most of Niles North down, Viking Nation. But, we're just getting started here in the spring season. We're a little rusty, so give us some grace, please.
So join us on this journey, and while you're at it, why don't you leave a good old like and subscribe down there? It would be greatly appreciated, right, Anthony?
Definitely. Sounds like a great idea. And, hey, let's talk a little bit about this turf field. I don't know if we can get a pan over to these goalposts to our right. Yeah, looking good. We've got so many brand new facilities here to start out on our turf field. We have 2 other baseball diamonds, just a lot going on. But I think we're getting started with the game.
Yeah, it's exciting, Anthony. This is going to be very useful for a lot of different teams. Soccer is going to be able to use this field, football, and obviously our baseball and our softball teams.
Definitely.
And as you see now, your Niles North Vikings softball team are taking the field. Blasted some Jay-Z. Love to hear it.
Yeah, definitely.
But we're not in New York, Anthony. We are in Skokie.
Yeah, I'm not even sure you all can hear, the audio from the field, but you'll be able to hear the eruption from the crowd when we get some home runs, I'm sure.
And looks like we are just about set to sing the national anthem. An amazing rendition of our national anthem as we are just about set for softball action here at Niles North. Our Vikings are getting some last minute warm-ups in. we are just about set. It appears number 17 for the Vikings is set to start as our pitcher. And here we go. First pitch is just about ready. And it is up, and we are going here. Softball action coming at you right now as there's ball one. 1-0 count. High right corner there. 2-0 count. And we have contact right to center field. She's going for two. Safe at second, number 14 for Rolling Meadows. Slides into second with ease.
And already you got some great action here on the softball diamond. Stealing a base as the first hit in the game, I mean, that takes boldness.
Well, I think that was actually a double, but nonetheless, a great play right there. That is exactly what you want from your leadoff. Not the same thing. Here's the pitch now. Swing and a miss. 0-1, the count right now. At the plate, I believe, is number 3, Kelly McQueen. And a little bit of movement going on from second base. Here's the pitch. Wide left on that. That will be a ball. And swing and a miss. That we have our first strikeout of the year and of the game, Anthony.
Yeah, this is already getting off to a hot start. And, I mean, what do you think so far?
You love to see it. And, I mean, you got to get these outs where you can. You have that looming threat from the second base right over there. Because base hit there, and she's home. That's 1-0 in the top of the first, and you don't want that, especially in the first game of the season when you're trying to set the tone for your season.
Yeah, and the ball's up.
And popped up. Caught. Center field. 2 outs now as Rolling Meadows is coming back up to the plate again. Number 11, who unfortunately is not on our roster, swings and misses for strike one. Beautiful day here. Beautiful softball weather as she takes ball one. Right down the middle. Great strike there. 1-2 the count right now. 2 outs right now. And pops up, fouls it. Hits the protective netting. And our count remains at 1-2. And the pitch is up, and strike 3. So no advancement from that runner at second base. And the Vikings are going to be set to bat here in a moment. Now, Anthony, what are your takeaways from that half inning?
I mean, already getting off great, and you've got a dangerous pitcher coming in here from Niles North High School. We actually have 2 on the roster, very great, and a very young team. Both of our pitchers are graduating 2027. They make some sophomores, I believe, or freshmen.
Yeah, those are freshmen, Anthony.
Yeah. So, I mean, just a great young core here. And, I mean, we're going to see them develop over the next 4 years. Also got to mention a lot of juniors on this team, very stacked in that direction.
Right. If you look towards our basketball team, very heavy junior-dominated team. So it's nice to see that our programs here at Niles North are very young. And Looks like the starting pitcher for Rolling Meadows is warming up. Number 12, Abby Sissoni, a freshman. She also plays first base for Max Preps. It looks like you can't quite hear it, but they're blasting some Usher down there. It's exciting. Yeah, it's exciting, Anthony. It makes me want to dance up here in the booth.
Yeah, definitely. They got a great game day environment going on here at Niles North, and they always do it well.
100%. As we are getting some final warm-ups here from Rolling Meadows. And here comes our leadoff hitter for the Vikings. We don't quite have her on our roster. We'll get you a name for her in a moment. As here's first pitch as she takes ball one. Count is 1-0 right now. And swing and a miss. Strike one right there. 1-1 count right now. No outs. Bottom of the first. Here's the pitch. And almost hits her head there, Anthony. Wisely ducks out of the way. 2-1 count right now. And it looks like you could, and I don't know if you can see this, but jogging between the fences, we have, it appears we have our Niles North baseball team making their way through. Another great program here at Niles North.
Definitely, and it's another great feature of this field. You've got so much space, and so you can have all these groups practicing at once. You know, during the softball warm-up, we saw our varsity baseball team and our freshman baseball team, and we got a ball, looks like a foul drive.
Yeah, foul tipped off towards the third base side.
Yeah, we're a little misoriented in the booth. We're actually facing the wrong way. So
if you're actually wondering where we are on top of the press box of Chuck Post Stadium. We have a bit of a weird setup, so apologies for kind of this beta run.
Yeah, but we got a strike and an out for the Niles North Vikings. New batter approaching.
So 1 out right here. And it looks like the Vikings are up to bat once more. 1 strikeout for our pitcher so far as ball 1 is thrown. And a little bit of a breaking ball there, but just outside the zone for ball 2. Beautiful, beautiful day here at Niles North. In case you missed it, we're looking at 68 and partly cloudy.
Yeah, I definitely got the sun in my eye, but there is some coverage.
And 1 out right now in the bottom of the first. Our starting pitcher on the mound is a senior, Mia Pilupskis. Senior pitcher.
Yeah, and with 4 balls, you got a Viking at first base.
Our first walk of the game, so we have a Viking on base with 1 out so far. And here we go. Polupskis tries to pitch out there. Thought she saw some movement going on over at first base from the Vikings. And an interesting detail about these backfields that I've noticed, Anthony, is that it's all turf. There's no dirt on these fields.
Yeah, another great, feature here. Having that turf, it's a lot easier to maintain than a mud and grass field. And so we've been able to, or we're trying to get a lot of use of it. You got, I want to say 20 home games from the baseball program using this new turf field. And I don't have an exact number from the softball program, but we're going to see this turf a lot.
Right, but the interesting part about this all-turf field and without any dirt being in the infield is that's going to make it harder to slide, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely, and that was actually part of, you got a ball taken up, and it looks like you got an out for the Vikings at second base, safe on first. But as I was saying, during the research process, trying to figure out what actual turf they were going to use for the field, that did become an issue, trying to see how you could slide, how you can move around, and make sure that the playing surface still felt as natural as possible while still making it easy to maintain.
And an interesting dilemma with that process as we have one out, and there's a drop ball and safe at second on the wild pitch.
Jacob, is that a stolen ball now, or a stolen base now?
Technically.
Okay, because, I tried to do my studying. I was talking to Kelsey, one of our varsity baseball players, and, try to help me as best I could, but I really am not a pitched sport guy.
And, some little bit of movement going on at second base. Not quite sure what happened there. As here is the pitch now. And pitches out again. More movement going on. And it looks like she's teasing a steal here.
Yeah, definitely. You love to see the ambition and, just confidence that comes with these Viking players. Going to make for an interesting game here.
And, once again, teases it. And we have a 3-0 count right now. And that run from second to third is a lot harder than it thinks. That's a way short distance for the catcher to throw to, Anthony. So it's a bit of a risky move, but if you have the wheels, you should go. Yeah. And
looks like a walk.
It looks like we have a walk on 4 pitches, as we have a couple Vikings, one on first, one on second. And here we go. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
Yeah, lots of power coming with that swing, though.
And looks like we had a Viking at second try to steal a little bit, but able to safely retreat back to second. And there's a ball. Scoots through the outfield. And she's coming home. Safe. Vikings on the board. 1-0. And we have a double on top of that. And a great play right there. Ball gets right through the outfield. And a bit of a defensive blooper. Not quite an error, but that ball was able to just squeeze through the outfield, Anthony.
Yeah, definitely, right through that alley. And I was a little surprised. It looked like that outfielder on the right field had a lot of velocity, able to get to the ball, but just couldn't complete the play, waited for the further outfielder, and thus that's a run for the Vikings.
And to make a bit of a golf reference, kind of almost kind of bounced off the fairway just onto the green. You'd love to see it.
I think they call that an albatross.
An albatross? Never heard that one. There's a pitch there. Strike called. 0-1 count right now. 1 out. And there's a hit right to third base. Makes the throw across the diamond. And apologies, there was 2 outs, as that is the end of the first inning. So the Vikings reach 1 home. 1-0 our score right now. Anthony, what were your takeaways from that inning?
I mean, you'll love to see the energy. These are 2 teams that we haven't seen yet. Obviously, it's the home opener. So to see them come out so strong, you got a lot of potential in the Rolling Meadows Mustangs. They got a lot of energy when they swing. They just can't always connect, and you got a powerful, Viking outfield. As for our Viking strikers, I mean, obviously you get one on the board, and a lot of it has been walks, but I think we're going to see throughout the match more contact and more great plays.
Well said, Anthony. And something I've noticed a lot from our Vikings is they're hitting a lot for contact. They've got on base off of good solid contact. Just great balls driven right through the outfield.
Well, yeah, especially on that scoring play. But you did see a couple of walks, and the Vikings obviously trying to steal bases. They're taking advantage of those holes in the pitching side of the Mustangs play.
100%. Pitching discipline, hitting discipline is very key. And we are just about set for the second inning right now. Rolling Meadows up to bat. And here we go. Here's the pitch. And swing and a miss right down the middle. Strike one right now. 0-1 count. In case you're just tuning in, we are starting the second inning. And that's one that goes way outside. 1-1 the count. And ooh, close one, but just called ball there. 2-1 count right now. And make that 3-1, and a little bit of a lack of control there for the Vikings, Anthony. 3-1 right here. Looking to make it a full count. And there's a drive way out to the outfield. And looks like it's going to be just foul. And apologies are we are looking into this game from the top of the press box of the football field, so our sidelines are a little bit wonky. And there's a swing and a miss. Great job right there from our Vikings pitcher, making sure to take command of that count.
Yes, certainly. I mean, very strong, straight down the middle most times. And I mean, unfortunate for the Mustangs that one was ruled foul because it looked like it had a lot of potential. But, of course, that's how it plays.
That's just how it goes. As one out right now, top of the second. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. High strike. 0-1 count right now. And, man, it was a little windy earlier, but it seems to have calmed down a little bit. And it looks like we have a strikeout. So sends another one to the bench as 2 outs right now here at the beautiful Chuck Pose backfields. Not quite sure what to call them. They don't really have a name.
Yeah, I thought they did as we see that foul, but I don't know. I'm trying to look for signage. Just can't find it.
And there is a foul tip. And that one's called ball. Top left there. And ooh, foul tip again. Oh, not quite. She's actually going to get to be able to go to first here.
That's the first time a Mustang has touched the base this inning. You got 2 outs, and now got their first base, another batter up.
And you like this, and even with 2 outs, you like to see someone on base. Brings a little hope into this inning. Our score right now is Vikings 1, Mustangs 0 right now. As there's a pitch and strike called, strike one. Here's the pitch. And pitches out a little bit, but no movement over at first. Ball one. 1-1 is the count right now. Here's the pitch. And called strike. So here we go. 1-2 right now. This to put the Mustangs away. And ball 2. So even count right now. 2-2. And swing and a miss. She sits down, and that will end the top of the second, and the Vikings are set to bat. So, Anthony, what are your takeaways from the top of the second here for the Mustangs?
For the Mustangs, they got to adjust to the Vikings' strong pitcher. You know, I again was not familiar with a lot of this team, and so to see them come out so strong, a lot of straight down the middle strikes. You know, even the ones they do swing at, it all matters.
Mm-hmm. Able to sit them all down. You love to see it. And we are just about set for some bottom of the second action here at Niles North. Wind is still very much a factor. It is blowing outwards, so hopefully we should see that affect the ball a little bit. We may get some more home runs here. Although as a pitcher though, that could be a bit of a problem, especially for more of the power hitters.
Definitely. I mean, it's going. We are southwest from the Niles North building. Wind's going straight toward the school. So again, we're going to see that go for some more hopefully runs.
So here we go. We are just about set for the bottom of the second. Vikings are up to bat right now. There's the pitch. Strike one called. Beautiful pitch right there from Rolling Meadows. And tries to swing in one. Was a bit outside her reach, so strike 2. 0-2 right now. Here's the pitch. And goes out swinging. You never like that one, Anthony.
Yeah, certainly not, but I mean, you saw her have to reach over, and she made an extra step actually to try to swing at that ball. So again, some of that striking discipline, I mean, it's going to be needed, especially against a strong team like the Mustangs.
Yeah, 100%. She is going to have a bit of a talk with her hitting coach after that one, as strike one was just called right there. 0-1 right now. And popped up and caught. 2 outs right now here in the bottom of the second. So far not as productive as that first inning, Anthony. We saw the Vikings hop on the board there 1-0. As here we go. Here's the pitch. And ball called. And strike 2. Apologies, there was a strike back there. So 0-2 count right now. And the pitch. And goes out swinging. So Vikings go down 1-2-3. And not the best inning for the Vikings, Anthony. What would you say?
I mean, yeah, when you compare it to that first inning, getting a point on the board, but now No, that was probably, I mean, that was quick, right? So I think they got to pay more attention to where the ball is actually going, just making sure that they're making contact.
Very well said, Anthony.
I would like to say again, I do not have that much experience with softball, so my analysis might be a little bit shallow. I think that might be more your thing today, Jacob.
I mean, my experience is more in baseball, but I do know me a little bit of softball. Also, in case you're just tuning in, this is our first softball stream in over 6 years. Isn't that right, Anthony?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we've done a softball stream since we migrated to YouTube back in 2017, 2018. Might have been back on the Cube, which is now turned into NFHS Network. So it's definitely been a while for us. I know we've done some baseball, but again, that was maybe in 5-6 years ago. So to be able to return has been pretty special. And pitch is off. See, and again, when I'm getting in my own head trying to talk, I'm not even realizing that they're still trying to pitch or warm up in between innings. Jacob, don't laugh at me.
Sorry, Anthony. We are just about set for the third inning here, and here's a pitch, swing and a miss there. 0-1 count right now.
Yeah, I think that was actually a pitch this time.
Yes, it was, Anthony. Yes, it was. And bit of a wild pitch there. Ball one. So count even now at 1-1. And swing and a miss there. 1-2 count right now. Here's the pitch. And outside, even count 2-2 right there. And so far, our Vikings have pitched pretty decently. No runs allowed, minimum on base. And as there's a swing and a miss. And there's another one, sit down. So, great pitching effort so far for the Vikings. As, here we go. Here's the pitch, and there's one. It's foul. Thought it was going to be fair there for a moment, Anthony, but our first base umpire rules it foul.
Certainly, and I think you mentioned the officials. We have a dangerous shortage of officials here in the state of Illinois. So if you are, I want to say 16 or older, you can apply to be an IHSA official at ihsa.org. Gets you involved in your community, keeps you active, and of course you get paid. If you're 14 or 15, you can be a training official too. So again, check out ihsa.org to apply.
And remember, if you don't like the call, don the stripes. They should pay me for that slogan.
Well, actually, their slogan is "Add A-tude," and we saw the A mascot for attitude at the IHSA State Basketball Championship this past weekend. A lot of great games. Homewood Flossmoor taking home the 4A title. So, lots of great stuff going on in the state of Illinois in terms of sports. And now we get started with the spring season and, gearing up again.
Add A-tude. No comment on my opinions on that mascot.
He's cool.
Attitude? Is he like... So, and he's like a giant A.
Yep. He's cool. We actually made a friendship handshake the first time I met him. So. See, I don't think you have a good attitude about him.
Well, it looks like the Vikings are going to leave with a good attitude as they sit down Rolling Meadows. Or apologies, the other way around. Rolling Meadows has a good attitude. Apologies, this is our first softball stream in 6 years, so we're rusty and we're still trying to figure out all this. So,
well, we personally have never covered softball. Viking Media as an organization has not covered in 6 years.
Right. So bear with us on this journey of discovery of this great game and how to stream it. Oh God, really? Yowzers. Well, the we are just about set here for some bottom of the third action here at the Niles North backfields, which nickname pending. uh, I don't always churn out names like the Loudhouse on Lawler.
Let's maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to think. And we got looks like a foul ball.
Fouled up. 0-1 the count right now. The Vikings up. Here's the pitch. And fumbles it a little bit. Ball 1-1 even count right now. Here's the pitch. And a little bit high. 1-2. 2-1 the count. My apologies. And just outside there. Yeah, we could see a walk here. 3-1 the count right now. And I'm not swinging at this, Anthony.
Yeah, I don't think I am either, but let's see. The pitch is off and no swing, and that's a walk.
And pimps the walk there a little bit. Throws the bat to the side. So we have a Viking on base right now in the bottom of the third. 1-0 is our score right now. Vikings lead.
Yeah, and I think I'm learning something. Rolling Meadows likes to pitch high, and part of that's just, the underhand throw, trying to manage that. I certainly can't, get it to go straight. So it's always going to want to go high, and that's what we've been seeing here above the strike zone.
And something else I've noticed about Rolling Meadows is they are very. Oh, she's going for second. And wow.
Got a triple going on here. Am I right?
You are right, Anthony. You are right. So a triple there. And just like that, we have a Viking in scoring position. And here's the pitch. High. Ball 1. Apologies for the wind there. It's a windy one here in Skokie. Pitch and ball 2. And pitch, swing and a miss there. We have a 2-1 count right now for the Vikings. up and ball, and thrown out at home there. Try to see if she could snag home there on the wild pitch, but alas, 1 out. So no more Vikings. So no more Vikings on base here, as 3-1 count. And here's one hit right to the outfield, right against the wall. She's going for second, and safe at second with a double. Vikings back at scoring position.
Yeah, that's a great velocity, and hitting that back wall again, the outfielders sort of stop and collect themselves after it. I mean, it's going to be a great play.
And a bit of a miscommunication in the outfield there. Couldn't quite get under it. And that ball definitely was helped by the wind a little bit. Very windy here at Skokie, and it's definitely going to be a factor in this game, Anthony.
Yeah, certainly. I believe we're going to get a pitch off, hit up, and looks like a foul. Almost hits the utility pole.
And a little fan gets a souvenir after that high foul tip there. One of the cars in the Edens almost got a souvenir there.
I hope not.
Here's the pitch. And another drive. Right foul. Hits the bullpen.
Yeah, again, another great swing. Lots of power, lots of height, and it's just, where it hits along the bat, that's going to affect it every time. And so to have a drive like that down third base is great. You just got to make sure you're still in.
100%. And another foul there. This count is still at 0-2 right now. Here's the pitch. And swing and a miss there.
Yeah, she is not afraid to swing. Obviously we saw it with those 2 foul balls there, and now with the strike. But it's good to have that sort of ambition and, desire to actually go for it. That could be a winning strategy here as we get on with the rest of the bottom of the third.
And it may have been a foul tip because she is still at the plate here. And there's a ball. So, and tries to cut off the runner at second. Can't quite do it. And 1-2 our count right now. And here's another high foul ball. Almost caught in foul territory by the Mustangs, but couldn't quite get under it. And this count will remain at 2 strikes with 2 balls. And here's one right to, and drops it.
That's past the fence. It's a home run.
And that one is gone. Wow. The entire team clears the bench. The first home run of the year belongs to the Niles North Vikings. And wow, what a drive right there, Anthony. I thought it almost looked like a ground rule double there, but that one just narrowly escapes there.
Yeah, definitely. You'll have to see it almost, I want to say, held by the wind a little bit, but you also got just the pure strength of these softball players. And, you're going to get home runs like that. It's going to be electric, and you're going to get points on the board. How many points are they at now, Jacob?
I believe the score is 3-0, Anthony, as there was a runner on second.
Well, how about that 3-0? And we still have more to play on the bottom of the third.
So here's the pitch after that moonshot. And there's a foul. Swing and a miss there. Here's the pitch. And strike called. Looks over. Here's the pitch. And, ooh, eats the dirt there a little bit there. That's another ball. You gotta maintain control, Anthony, of that softball.
Yes, certainly. And we're going to get another here. Line drive and foul.
We have a lot of foul drives here. And I think after that home run, the Vikings are looking to swing for the fences here a bit. As pitch is on its way. And there's one that squeaks into the outfield. And that will be a single for the Vikings.
Yeah, what a powerful crack on the softball as the swing made contact. And, now at first base, the Vikings are in better position to get even more on the board.
Yeah, the Vikings are well on their way to do some damage here with a couple outs here in the bottom of the third. And swing and a miss there. And there's some varsity baseball players that are saying hi to us from the field. Here's the pitch, and there's one into foul territory, but drops foul. Can't get under it. And strike called as that will end the third inning. So a home run shot there puts the Vikings up 3-0. And we are about to enter the fourth inning. And Anthony, what have you liked about this game?
I've liked, the Vikings aren't scared to swing, and it's obviously paid off with that, double score there at the bottom of the third. And I think they got to keep it up, Jacob.
100%, Anthony, as we are approaching the halfway point in our game. 7 innings is what's played here for the IHSA softball rules, which is endorsed by what's the mascot's name again?
Ad Etude.
Ad Etude, ladies and gentlemen. As looks as the Vikings are set to pitch for some fourth inning action. And it looks like the Vikings will take the field now, as we are just about set for some more Viking softball action here. So here we go, fourth inning action underway here. Here comes the first pitch. And just outside, ball one called. Second pitch, and that one's up. Underneath is clears the fence there. Another moonshot here, and Rolling Meadows puts one on the board there.
Yep, now 3-1, great home run. Luckily for the Vikings, there was no one on base. That was actually the first hitter. But it makes you nervous, The Mustangs still have a lot more batters up, and so if you keep that up, I don't know.
So that cuts the lead down. 3-1 is our score now. And that leadoff home run here in the fourth, that's going to add some momentum here.
Just don't respond. Just don't respond.
There's a pitch there. And there's one driven right to center field, and that's a base hit. And so Rolling Meadows makes it on base. Here's the pitch now. Swing and a miss there. And another swing and a miss there. 2 strikes on the count. And there's one high. It looks to be foul, and and caught by a parent sitting by the bullpen there. A little bit of a souvenir, I guess, but kind of, but has to throw it back, unfortunately. They only have so many softballs on hand, Anthony.
And the pitch is way wide. It's going to be a ball.
And there's one popped way up in foul territory and out of the stadium. So 0-2 count right now.
Foul.
And that one's tip foul. So 1-2 count right now. Here's the pitch. And that one's high up to top left corner there. I believe even count now, 2-2. And there's one driven, and wow. It was driven foul, but wow, Anthony, I saw the wind pick up on that ball.
Yeah, definitely Vikings got lucky that, didn't stay within bounds. But another foul ball. These Mustangs are hitting, and the Vikings got to be mindful.
100%, Anthony. They are swinging for the fences there, as they already have a home run this inning. Here's the pitch now. And there's one popped up foul towards the Edens. And she is going to be able to make a walk over to first base, as we have a Mustang on first and second. So Mustangs in scoring position, able to could cut down the deficit a little more. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss there. As she sits down, and I believe that was the first out of the inning, Anthony.
Yeah, I believe you're right. So lots more to come from the Mustangs here at the top of the fourth.
And once again, apologies. This is our first softball game in with NN Viking Media in 6 years, and me and Anthony's first time covering, so there are a bit of mistakes, but we're glad that you're here on this journey. as there's this pitch with some mad velocity there, called strike. And another strike there, 0-2. And she sits down, it appears. Here's a pitch, and there's one driven backwards, and into foul territory. Looks like the catcher tried to dive for it there, Anthony.
Yeah, just didn't quite work out. Is a foul ball, and the batter will be back up. What you're saying? It's an 0-0 count now, right?
Well, I believe it's 0-1 right now.
Oh, now it's gonna be 1-1 count.
Yes.
I'm getting it now.
Anthony here is starting to learn a little bit more softball here as we go on, and there's one, and she appears to be safe. Oh no, foul.
Yeah, rolled a foul. Rolled a foul late there as the Vikings went for it. Gonna have another one here.
Here's the pitch, and there's one. A Viking is right under it, and that just about does it for the top of the fourth. And we are at the halfway point of this game, Anthony. I believe we are.
Wait, yeah, I'm trying to do the math.
Maybe a little.
Yeah, because we've had 3 full innings, and now we're okay.
Yes. We are expert mathematicians here.
Yeah, and this has been the longest part of the inning so far. Mustangs, a lot of foul balls, lots of opportunities to score. Obviously capitalizing on one score now, 1-3. Vikings still up, but as the Mustangs take more of the time, I think they'll get some more points, and the Vikings will need to respond here at the bottom of the fourth.
Very much well said, Anthony. And we are just about ready for some more softball action here at Niles North. The beautiful, freshly turfed backfields. And it's a very, very strong addition here to our school. Anthony, what are your thoughts on the turf?
I mean, I like it. I've always been, a little bit more partial to the natural, just dirt. But I think, this makes it a lot easier to maintain for the school. You can use it, I think, in more conditions. And, you don't have to paint the lines every time. It's built in. So I think it's going to be very useful for all of our programs that use it. You got, obviously, softball. You got baseball out here. Soccer and football like to practice out here. And now it's a new enriched facility that all of our other, I want to say, 19 other sports programs can take advantage of. So great investment.
And both our baseball and our softball teams had no home games while this whole complex here was under construction. So it's great that the Vikings get to return home.
Yeah, definitely. They were playing actually at Niles West for all of last season, which is part of why we weren't covering it. So, now that they're here, it's great to have them, and I think they love being back here on Lawler.
It's always great to be here at Lawler. So, we are just about set here for the bottom of the fourth. So here we go. Vikings up the bat now. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss, trying to get some power on that one, it appeared. So 0-1 to start things off for the Vikings. No outs, 3-1 right now. We are in the bottom of the fourth. And here's the pitch. Strike called. So 0-2 count right now. And here's the pitch. Ooh, a bit of a wild pitch there. Our camera operator Jason dancing after that one for some reason. Here's the pitch and swing and a miss there, and one Viking retired as here comes another Viking up the bat. Here's the pitch. And strike called. The ball called, I believe.
And shout out to those watching and liking the stream right now. But you might be forgetting one thing. You got to subscribe to be notified of all of our other Viking events. You know, in the spring we cover baseball. Obviously, we have softball. We also got boys volleyball, girls soccer, and a whole lot more. And swing down center, caught in the infield, and she's going to be out.
And, you know, she would have been out again. She wouldn't be out if you would have pressed that subscribe button.
I wouldn't say all that, but you got a new batter up.
But still, you should press that subscribe button, like the stream. It helps us out. We love it when you get notified when we go live by pressing that little bell down there. So can you press that for me, pretty please? That'd be much appreciated.
Yeah, we got a 1-0 count, as they say in the biz.
In the biz.
Have a pitch coming off here and off the shoulder of the catcher, I want to say.
You said right. One out right now in the bottom of the fourth here. Vikings are up 3-1. Here's the pitch now. And there's one that goes just foul. Here's the pitch now. And
yeah, hits the ground. It's going to be ruled a ball. And, you know, not looking good if you're a Mustang. Jacob was giving me a thumbs up because I said it right, and I appreciate that.
And here's the pitch now. Swing and a miss there, called strike. 1-2 count right now. Here's the pitch. And swing and a miss there as that retires the side for the Vikings. So, no scoring here. So, 3-1 will remain our score here as we are just set for the 5th inning. Now, softball's a little different from baseball. There are actually 7 innings.
There is also 7 innings in IHSA baseball as well. It's just an age thing. See, I'm coming at you with the knowledge now, Jacob. But hey, you got 7 innings. So I suppose now you'd have like a 5th inning stretch, maybe.
I guess.
Or at the next half of this inning.
Do you think Attitude promotes that?
I think so. I think I need some Cracker Jacks to get into the full ambiance here, as the Vikings warm up to take the infield.
Would you like to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," Anthony?
I would not. I actually have been having some respiratory issues recently, and so I just, don't think it would be a good idea, Jacob.
Well dodged there, Anthony. Well dodged there. Oh, you liar. I hear you singing. They may not be able to hear you, but I hear you singing right now.
Hey, man, and I got in my head and started tapping my foot a little bit, and we're about to have the 5th inning pitch off, I guess. Wide and ruled a ball. Great swing discipline by the Mustangs there.
So no 5th inning stretch, unfortunately. So, all right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Here's the pitch now, and there's a swing.
And
right out to second base and thrown out at first. Routine there.
Yeah, that was an easy one, straight to the infielder, and easy out. Now 1 out, got at least 2 batters remaining for the Mustangs, and they need to make up 2 points to tie with the Vikings. We are at 3-1. Pitch is coming off, no swing, and high. It's going to be rolled ball.
So 1-0 the count. And swing and a miss there. 1-1, even count. And way outside. 2-1. And another one just outside. It has cooled down a bit significantly. Our first pitch temperature was 68, and it's since dropped a bit to a cooler 66, but still beautiful softball weather. And that one is popped up and out. So 2 outs right now for the Vikings, as right here in the 5th inning.
Yeah, can you check the feels like or the real feel?
Yes, I will check our wind chill here, Anthony, momentarily.
Because I have put on a windbreaker to A, cut the wind, and B, keep myself warm.
And also it's fashionable.
Feels like 65. I think that might be a lie, though. It definitely feels at least maybe 55 with this wind going on. And there's a pitch. Couldn't quite make out what it was called. I think it was called ball. Yeah, it definitely looked a little bit too low.
Here's the pitch now, and swing and a miss there. And here's the pitch, and there's one driven foul, and caught in the trees there, towards down the third base line. So trees get a bit of a souvenir. So we have 2 strikes right now. And foul tip, remain at 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And that one's low. So full count. And this will either retire the Mustangs or we will play on. As here's one swung deep to center, but right under it is the Vikings. So that'll just about do it for the 5th inning. And
Top of the 5th.
Well, for the top of the 5th inning. So Anthony, are you sure you don't want to embrace your inner Harry Carey, start singing?
Yeah, I think I'm good, but I do want to talk about, again, the longevity of the Mustangs on the field. They got a lot of foul balls. They like to swing. And so eventually when they do make proper contact, Vikings got to be ready because Mustangs definitely seem ready.
100%, Anthony. And we'll be back in just a moment as the Vikings will hit. And we'll be right here once first pitch comes around. So we are just about set here for the bottom of the 5th inning. The score right now is 3-1 Vikings, and here is the first pitch. And that one is outside, ball 1 here, 1-0 count. Here's the pitch again. And that one outside again, 2-0. And there's another one, 3-0. So a very hitter's count here. And I'm not swinging at this. And that will be called ball 3. Apologies. I lost track of the count there. So ball 3 now. Now it's a 3-0. Still not swinging at this. And that one will be ball 4. So the Vikings get on base early here with no outs. So great to see the leadoff get on first there, as here comes another batter for the Vikings. Here's the pitch, and strike called. Going for second now, and called safe. Just missed the tag there, it appears. And we have a stolen base here for the Vikings, so runner in scoring position with no outs here, Anthony.
Yeah, definitely. I wish we could have been on the field to see that one. It's hard to tell from our vantage point. But obviously, intense athleticism goes into avoiding a tag like that. It looked real close from where we were, so great to see it from the Vikings. You got a bunt, and going to be out at first, safe at third, and we are in prime scoring position now, just 60 feet away from another point on the board.
You love to see it, Anthony. So, like you just said, we have a runner on. We have a Viking on third. No outs here. We are in.
Yeah, we do. We have one out.
One out here.
He's the base runner.
Yes. One out here. And here's the pitch. And there's a drive. Going. It is caught. And 2 outs there. Runner tags up at third, but chooses not to go.
Yeah, Vikings need to capitalize here. Can bring themselves to 4-1 against the Mustangs.
Yes, they can, Anthony. Yes, they can. Here's the pitch now, and that one's called ball. So 1-0 the count right now. Here's the pitch. And very high pitch there.
2-0 count now. If that keeps up, we could just have a walk for the point.
Here's the pitch. Ball 2. Ball 3. Correction. Pitch and called ball, and that one's called ball. Ball 3. 3-1. The call here. And on the wild pitch, a Viking will score. And a Viking gets to trot over the first So 4-1 is our score here at the beautiful Niles North backfields just behind beautiful Chuck Post Stadium.
And this part of the inning isn't even done yet. We are still in the bottom of the fifth, and I want to say there's still 2 outs left to be had for the Vikings. Am I right? Or 1 out?
1 out left, Anthony.
Well, you got a ball there, and we're going to see another pitch in a second.
And there's
Good
one,
swing.
squeaks through the outfield, and that may send one home. No, holds up at third. So runners at the corners now for the Vikings, 2 outs here, 4-1 already an RBI here for the Vikings, so we could see another run come in here. And it looks like we have a bit of a mound visit here, trying to calm the pitcher down so there's no crucial mistakes. No bullpen action so far. So the team breaks up once more, and we are just about set here for some more softball action here. And here's one, and right back to the pitcher there. So that'll just about do it here for the 5th inning. And 4-1 our score right now. The Vikings able to make something happen there that inning. And we are entering into the final 2 innings of play.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited, hoping that the Vikings keep up this lead. But again, we've seen the Mustangs. They are not afraid to swing. They have a lot of longevity on their downs, and so I think, there is a high scoring potential here for the Mustangs in the final, maybe half hour of the game.
Very much so, Anthony.
Thursday. On Friday, we got baseball. Yep. We only do home games. Yeah, we'll be back in this area, I think. We'll be more popular set up.
We are just about set here for some more softball action. So here we go, first pitch here, and that will be called ball. And strike 1 called there on the second pitch.
Yeah, don't get ahead of yourself.
Well, I hope strike 2 will happen right about now. And here's the pitch, and ball called. And And here's the pitch. And swing and a miss there. So 2 strikes now. Here's the pitch. And that one is driven foul just behind home plate. Here's the pitch, and that one, had some mustard on it, but that will go foul. Here's the pitch, and squeaks through the outfield, and that is a base hit for Rolling Meadows. So can't quite put her away. Still no outs now in the top of the 6th. So Mustang on first. Zero outs here. And there's the pitch. And that one is a screaming drive into the outfield. And some miscommunication there, as it'll just move the runners forward a little bit.
We got a consultation at the mound from Rolling Meadows.
From the Vikings, correction.
Rather, is actually looking for students to apply. So if you are a Niles North student and you need a science elective, so that's if you're a junior or a senior most likely, but also sophomores are allowed. It's going to be a foul ball here. But as I was saying, if you are looking for a science elective for next school year, consider signing up for the astronomy class by reaching out to your counselor.
And that's a class that'll send you to the moon.
I wouldn't say all that. We did have the Space Force and the Armed Forces visit our school today, though. They are going to the moon, quite literally. So, and that was a great opportunity. That was brought to us by Ms. Kaya Pickett, our new career counselor. She's been doing a great job in that position, getting our students enriched and ready for their futures.
So here's the pitch now. And called ball there. Here's the pitch now, and that one is screaming into the outfield. Miscommunication there, and overthrown.
Okay.
But luckily nothing comes of that, and
we got the bases loaded here for the Mustangs. They are able to tie it up if you got it out of the park.
Take the lead, actually.
See, I'm not thinking right. They'd actually take the lead, make it 5-4, not 4-all. But again, I'm more of a basketball and volleyball guy. That was a twitch, and I don't know, did he call that a strike?
I believe that was a ball, Anthony.
Yeah, you never know, even those slight movements, a lot of referees do like to call that. And again, speaking of referees, as we got a foul ball, we got a shortage of IHSA officials in the state of Illinois. So if you are looking to be involved in your community, stay active, get a little bit of moolah, why don't you consider becoming an IHSA official or referee by applying at ihsa.org. That's ihsa.org. Or I suppose you'd call it in softball and baseball umpires, but it is across all sports. We're always looking for your participation. Looking for the pitch now. And hit straight down to the pitcher. That is going to be out at least home. I don't know what the call was at first.
I believe it was only one out there, Anthony. So 1 out, bases still loaded. Vikings able to prevent a run there.
Yeah, great infield activity and awareness by the Vikings is going to be vital as they go throughout the season.
Here's the pitch. And called ball. And pitch again. Upper left-hand corner. Ball 2. 2-0 the count. Oops.
Big swing and big miss. And I believe, never mind. I was going to say something insightful and then I realized it was wrong. So,
Dropping knowledge here on the game, Anthony.
yeah, we got another swing here, though. Something in 2 count. And ball called.
Bases loaded here at Niles North. Crisp 65 is the temperature right now, and it was 68 earlier. It significantly dropped.
Yeah, she got walked, and now it's going to be 2 points for the Mustangs to the Vikings 4. Saw an outfielder not really happy with the ruling. We did see a bending of the feet and a little bit of rotation, but again, up to the official.
Bending of the feet and the rotation. And that one's popped up and called out. And confusion there. Oh, and that's
still alive.
and the miscommunication there. That's gonna send another Mustang home. So 4-3 the score now off the bit of the brain fart play there, Anthony.
Yeah, we were praising the infield play by the Vikings, and now we're having too many disconnects. And what could have been a scoreless inning, we're still at the top of the 6th so much longer later. But what could have gone scoreless has now turned into 2 unforced runs, only due to Viking errors, I'd say.
So we have a mound visit here. Just trying to talk things over.
And we are ready for some more. Vikings ready to pitch to the Mustangs. Got a batter up. And they've got a player at second. Foul ball. Yeah, Mustangs are at first and second base. Again, and prime scoring opportunity can tie it up and even take the lead here.
Very well said, Anthony. So off the foul, 0-1 is our count. Here's the pitch.
Another swing.
Swing and a miss there. 1-1. And the pitch. And that one sent just foul there.
Yeah, Vikings lucky. I'm not sure the outfielder was going to get to that one.
So here's the pitch. And that one sent to the outfield. And here comes a Mustang throwing it home. Not in time.
And we saw how the wind impacted that in real time. I felt the gust. And you saw the throw back to the pitcher. Off to the left had to make a motion. And obviously you're not going to be able to complete the play in time. So the weather's having very real effects as the Mustangs tie it up with the Vikings 4-4.
So 4-4 now. And just talking things over with the pitcher here, the Vikings are. So we're just about set again for some more softball action. Here's the pitch. Straight swing and a miss there. And Anthony, you seem a bit tired.
Yeah, it has been a long day for me, but it's great to end it with all you viewers at home and the Niles North Viking Media crew. Shout out to you, Jacob, and also shout out to Jason Schmitz and Leo Berriman, a new Viking Media member. This is his first game. Not the experience we wanted to give him with busted camera and less than ideal setup, but we hope you'll stay, right? We got a nod, and we're gonna get another pitch here from the Vikings.
So here we go. Here's the pitch.
Swing
and
that was a high pitch.
And swing and a miss. That's gonna end the top of the sixth. So tie game now, 4-4. So the Mustangs making it happen there. And
what did I say, Jacob? They love to swing, and obviously, they got into the rhythm this inning, and it paid off well. Now tied up 4-4 as we enter the bottom of the sixth, where the Vikings are now going to have fewer chances to respond, making me a little bit nervous, but I have some faith in the Vikings.
all it takes is one run, Anthony.
Yeah, but then you still got to play the seventh.
True. We are just about set here for the bottom of the sixth inning. Here's the pitch.
Wide, and that's going to be an 1-0 count.
So 1-0 the count now. Here's the pitch. Strike. One call. And there's one sent to the center field and caught by the Mustangs. Here's the pitch. And that one is called a ball. And there's one driven into the outfield. That's a base hit there for the Vikings. And a nice drive there. Just hits the fairway. So here we go. Here's the pitch. And called ball. And off the wild pitch, we have a Viking advance. So we have a Viking in scoring position with no outs, and that productive inning by the Mustangs could all be for nothing, Anthony.
Yeah, certainly. I'm feeling a little bit better about the Vikings now at second and just second base. But the pitch is off and wide yet again. It's going to be a ball.
And this is where you got to lock in on pitching, Anthony. If you are the Mustangs, you climbed out of this hole, so you got to make sure that this hole isn't even deeper.
Most certainly, Jacob.
And another strike call there. And that is going to retire a Viking. So one out here, tied at 4 here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch. And that one is called a ball. And that one's a bit of a wild outside pitch there. Here's the pitch.
Whoa.
And that one's high.
Yeah, I don't think that one was in the strike zone, Jacob. I'll tell you that much.
Well, well, that was in the strike zone. She'd have to be at least like 12 feet tall.
Yeah, definitely. But then we'd want her in the WNBA instead.
Well, at that point, put her in the NBA.
Well, I mean, not to say that the WNBA is lesser than the NBA, though, Jacob.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you're 12 feet tall, that's pretty impressive for NBA height standards.
Yeah, and there is a lot going on with the WNBA and women's basketball recently. Caitlin Clark obviously setting a couple of records. Now looks like the Indiana Fever are going to draft her in the WNBA draft, and so just a lot of great publicity going on for the women's game, and love to see the women in sports. We've been celebrating 50 years of Title IX for a while. I believe it's technically the 52nd or 53rd year, but I mean, it's had a great impact, especially in high schools where you get to have that athletics experience, and we're witnessing it now.
Very well said, Anthony. Here's the pitch again, and that is ball again. There's the pitch. And I believe we have three balls in this count. And that one was called strike. Here's the pitch. And she gets to walk on down to first base. So bases loaded now for the Vikings. And one swing here could be
We're looking for an 8-4 score here, assuming we knock one out of the park. So
well, a grand slam is a rare occurrence, Anthony, but it can happen. But regardless, this batter right here could be the difference between a Viva Viking victory and a Rolling Meadows dub.
And we're looking for a pitch here. Swing and
that one into.
oh.
And that one is caught by the Mustangs.
Yeah, that's going to be the end of the 6th inning, I think. And looking at the top of the 7th, Mustangs one more chance to score, Vikings one more chance to score. Unless we get into some extra innings, but I don't know. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen in high school sports, Anthony. So we'll be right back with your 7th inning coverage in a minute here. Stay tuned.
Yeah, it's getting chilly now. I think they do, but there's like a cap. I think the caps are like 10 total innings.
We are just about ready to start the 7th inning here. We are tied at 4 here, and there's a pitch. Gets right to the first base. It bobbles it a little bit, and safe! And
Things already to a hot start in the final inning, and it's looking worse and worse for the Vikings. Getting a little nervous, but you know there is still another full inning practically, so you never know. We were looking at a 4-1 Viking victory not even 2 innings ago, and so you can really see how quickly the tides can change in softball. And she's out at second. Oh, she's safe. Missed the tag. So, yeah.
so looking good for Rolling Meadows right now. And already with no outs, we have a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, no one on first, but you got another batter up here for the Mustangs. Pitcher is off, and it's wide.
Here's the pitch. Called ball. Here's the pitch now. And that one just outside. Call the ball. And another pitch, and that is also called ball. So she gets to walk. So runner on first and second for Rolling Meadows. No outs so far. And here's the pitch. And that one, strike called. There's the pitch. And pitched out there a little bit, but no movement on second. And there's one. That's high. It's up. It's in fair territory.
Okay.
And safe at third. So we have the
No.
bases loaded.
Oh, no. I think the Vikings can still put a stop to it. We were acknowledging their strong infield play, but it seems like, at that point it sort of fell apart, and obviously you got the couple of scores by the Mustangs, but they can keep their infield play strong. I don't see why the Vikings can't keep them to 4.
100% Anthony. Although there are no outs so far in this inning. And there's one. It's going deep. It is out of there.
Grand slam by the Mustangs are Rolling Meadows, and it's going to be a lot tougher to come back after that for the Vikings.
A huge slam there. That one was a towering shot, and just like that, the score is Mustangs 8, Vikings 4, and that is not good for the Vikings, Anthony.
Yeah, the Mustangs keep swinging, and it's been working out. So, as for the Vikings, I don't think they've gotten anyone out at the top of the 7th. So, I don't know. Got a batter up.
A batter up?
What's that?
No. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Maybe trying to get a little more power after that towering grand slam there. And a pitch again. And that one is called ball. There's one hit straight to center field, and that is a base hit for the Mustangs. So the Mustangs are pouring it on a little bit here, Anthony.
Yeah, certainly. You got one at first base, and now you got another batter getting ready to move.
100%, Anthony. So here we go. Here's the next pitch. That one low, tries to pitch out a little bit, see if there's any movement over at first, trying to get the second, but nada. And it looks like there is some action going on.
Oh, how about try to knock out the window of the press box downstairs. That's going to be a foul ball. And again, we see Mustangs like to swing, like to keep it, stay on the field. So.
And there is some action in the Mustang bullpen, it appears. And there's one. And that one right into a Viking glove. And, misses the tag up there.
That could have ended the Mustang rule on the 7th inning. But alas, they got one more out to go. Score is 8-4. Rolling Meadows up, and we're almost at the end here, Jacob.
100%, Anthony. And as I was trying to say, there is some action in the Rolling Meadows bullpen. So maybe trying to warm up the closer there to make sure the Vikings can't do much. So here we go now. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And that one called strike. And that one popped foul. So 1-1 the count now. Sun going down here at Chuck Post Stadium.
Oh, yep.
And that one is called strikeout. And now there are 2 outs.
What?
So here we go. 2 outs now. 8-4. Mustangs lead. And they're bit of a high top left ball there. Here's the pitch. Here's the pitch again. And strike. Swing and a miss there. Here's the pitch once more, and that one. Pop foul. Just foul. Pretty close to being fair, though. To be fair, though. Here's the pitch now. That one wide.
Oh.
Tries to pick off the runner at first. Unsuccessful. And here is the pitch now.
Looked low.
Looked pretty low there. And that one. And called strike 3.
Looking at the bottom of the 7th now. This is the end of the game, and the Vikings have to respond to what was a grand slam that past half of the inning. So, I mean, anything's possible, but it is looking tough.
It is going to take quite a run before we can be singing V for Viking victory. But it's time for the Vikings to rally up. So we'll be right back, and we will be covering that at first pitch.
So like when the stream ends, do you guys like say anything? Or do you just like
Yeah, well, I mean, he'll probably
We'll sign off.
We might have like one of the Viking media jackets downstairs.
I don't think we do.
thank you for the shout out?
Oh yeah, of course.
Well, it's no big deal. They're gone here.
Six forty-five. Close to
I think
nine.
we should practice. We're probably working more on that tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. Tomorrow's the switches. Switches.
Late start. Late start. Let's go. Those have got to be
the what?
the
Now that we have it, I like it, but at least before that, I was always fine. Just regular week.
yes.
And now that I've experienced it, I don't think I'd be able to go back so easily.
Yeah.
Either one.
And we are back here for the bottom of the 7th. Last inning here into play, as that is a ball. So Viking have some work to do after a towering grand slam from the Rolling Meadows Mustangs. So a lot of work to be done here. Also call the ball on that pitch there. 2-0's the count. Here's the pitch. 3-0, and I ain't swinging to this, Anthony. And that one's called strike. So 3-1 the count. Mustangs trying to crawl back through this count a little bit, try to make it a full count on this pitch. And swing and a miss there from the Vikings. So full count now. And kudos to the Rolling Meadows pitcher for being able to work the count there. And can't fully get the job done as we have a Viking on first now after ball 4 is called. So no outs now. Runner on first. Here's the pitch. And that one's dropped, and here comes a Viking. And able to steal second there on the wild pitch. And here's the pitch. Swing. Strike 1. Tips it a little bit. And here's the pitch again.
Wide.
It is wide for a ball. Here's the pitch now. And another ball there. 3 balls so far entering walk territory. Here's the pitch. And that one's driven through.
Stay.
And runners at the quarters now trying to prevent the double there. And we have a Viking in scoring position. So interesting development here. Still no outs here in the inning.
Yeah, definitely. The Vikings seeming more and more likely that they might be able to respond to the Mustang grand slam in the last inning. But now we got a mound visit. Just everyone making sure they're on the same page as we get on with the rest of the bottom.
So here we go. Action set to resume here. Here's the pitch. And that one's high upper left corner for a ball. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, but a wild pitch in the dirt.
Oh.
And thrown out. So 1 out here now in the inning, and that was a bit risky for the Vikings. How costly is that, Anthony, especially as you're trying to rally?
You know, I'd rather they would have gone for it than to just sit there, really just showing that they want it, you know, more than the other team. And so when you make plays like that, that's always something you got to be mindful of. But the fact that they, you know, thought to make the run and try to get the steal, I mean, I'm not mad at it.
Very well said, Anthony. And there's one poked through. And that will score a Viking. So 8-5, our score here. With 1 out here. And our Rolling Meadows is going to get a mound visit here. Making sure, just talking to the closer here, making sure nothing bad comes of this. No pressure. So here's the pitch now. Foul tip there. So 0-1 the count. 1 out here. Huh? Oh.
Who's Owen?
Oh, well, a great pun from my color man Anthony here. When I said the count was 0-1, he said, "Who's Owen?"
See, those are the types of classics you can only get here on Niles North Viking Media. Make sure you subscribe.
You know, after that, I may unsubscribe. But please subscribe, so I could save Anthony from his bad jokes.
And we're looking for a pitch here. Again, wide. I mean, just that centrifugal motion with the shoulder. It's always going to, if you're right-handed, you're always going to want to go to the left on the pitch. Left and up has been the story. And so I mean, throughout the season, that's going to develop. And, eventually we'll get more centered. But, of course, you got to expect that motion if you're a batter.
100% Anthony. Here's the pitch, and that one driven through. Right back to the pitcher, though.
Out
And
first.
safe.
Safe. She missed it.
And safe. Foot off the bag, and that's just the jolt the Vikings needed there. So some clutch hitting there for the Vikings as they are staying alive here, Anthony. Ha, 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 ha.
That was definitely worse than what I did.
That was
Oh,
very much worse.
But yeah, Vikings still in a position to come back. Score is 5-8. They got two runners on the bases and couldn't quite see the call. Now that it's getting darker out, can't really perceive that far. But
And there's one wide. All one. And here's the pitch now. And that one, and ends one over the first. And just like that, the Vikings are down to their final out. Wise move, seeing the easy out of first. Could have gone for the double play there, but chose the easy out of first.
Yeah, definitely. When you're this close, I like when people take risks, but when it's, when you could so directly lose the game because of it, you got to stay conservative.
100% Anthony. So 8-5, our score here, and the Vikings are down to their final out. So that one is called strike. And swing and a miss on that one. So strike two, and the Vikings are now down to their final strike. And this to put the Vikings away. Ball. So still alive here.
Yeah, could still tie it up theoretically on this, last go around.
And here's the pitch. And swing.
And foul.
So just chipped foul there. Vikings still hanging on by a thread.
Looking for another pitch here.
And swing. Oh no, there is contact, but steps on the bag. And that will end the game. So your final score here at Niles North Rolling Meadows 8, the Vikings 5. And in a very, very good opening contest for both teams here, Anthony. Vikings unfortunately couldn't get it done though.
Yeah, certainly this has been a great home opener. We're seeing all the potential that the Viking program holds. And a very young core. Again, we mentioned this. Lots of freshmen, a strong junior core as well. So, we still got a full season and then a while after. So, I'm excited to see the future of this program as we get into the spring season and our spring season for all sports. Let's talk a bit about the Viking media schedule for the upcoming week. So, today is Tuesday, right, Jacob?
That is correct, Anthony.
Wednesday we're taking a little break on the broadcast, but Thursday we'll be back with the girls soccer home opener at 7, and depending on the time we might be able to broadcast the baseball home opener. But if we can't get to baseball on Thursday, we'll be able to get to it on Friday as they take on yet another tough opponent. We'll talk about baseball a little bit more when we broadcast them. But yesterday they had their first game against St. Pat's lost 5-4, and I heard it was pretty competitive. So, I think we got a lot of great stuff going on this spring season, Jacob.
100% Anthony. So that'll just about do it here in Skokie. I'm Jacob Ornstein.
I'm Anthony Bramley.
And you've been watching Niles North Softball and Viking Media. We'll see you next time.